What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Ticker Fee video and welcome to the Ticker Fee family. As you can see, the ticker symbol we're going to be talking about today is TRCH, or Torchlight Energy. And so what we're going to be doing is providing an update on the proposed business combination timing recap. And then the breaking news that I just found out, that Torchlight files the proxy statement for the special meeting for the stockholders for metamaterial transaction. Super pumped, super excited. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time. For those that have been supporting me so far, thank you. It's been a wild ride. I'm extremely pumped to be talking about this news, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so if you don't know, Torchlight Energy and Metamaterial will be merging together, but it's all about Metamaterial and their technology. They have great fundamentals, and I'm really excited about this stock. Now, with Torchlight Energy and Metamaterial, you got to think about the dividends. So you need to understand what's going on with the record of date. And so if you click on this tab right here with the video tab and then click on TRCH stock update, it'll provide you a more detailed information. So what we're going to do is, again, talk about the recap, and then I'm going to break down the proxy statement for the special meeting. So before I read the article, you actually need to understand or know what a proxy statement is. So a proxy statement is a document containing the information for the SEC. Now, this requires companies to provide the shareholders so they can make informed decisions about matters that will be brought up at an annual or special stockholder meeting. Now, how does a proxy statement used? It is before the shareholder meetings, and it discloses material matters of the company relevant for soliciting shareholder votes and final approval and nominated directors. Proxy statements are filed with the SEC, or definitive proxy statement, and can be found in the SEC database. Now, requirements for the proxy statement, just a little bit further down, you'll be able to see benefits of the proxy statement. So while it is the most relevant for shareholders preparing a company special or annual meeting, this document can aid potential investors in assessing qualifications and compensation of its management team. So I have the articles side by side. Now, again, if you click on that tab on my video page, you'll be able to see a full-on 12-minute breakdown. But here's the quick recap. So Torchlight provides the update on the proposed business combination timing. Now, this was May 3rd, 2021. Again, Torchlight Energy, they have the oil and gas exploration company. They're the one that has the oil assets that they're trying to sell in order to collect the dividends for these two stocks. Again, they will be merging. Now, they have agreed to extend the date by which Torchlight must give notice of and call its special meeting of the stockholders, the stockholder meeting, in connection with the previously announced business combination transaction with Metamaterial, to May 10, 2021. So, May 10th, big deal. Torchlight and Metamaterial also agreed to extend the date by which Torchlight must hold the stockholder meeting to June 11, 2021, and the outside date of the arrangement to June 18, 2021. So as you can see in this article, these are the things that I've been highlighting. Now, Torchlight is waiting the SEC to clear its preliminary proxy statement in connection with the stockholder meeting and the arrangement, which is most recently filed with the SEC. Now, this was back in April the 21st. To clear the definitive proxy statement, which we just talked about with SEC, to set a record date for the stockholder meeting. So you'll see the mailed definitive proxy statement to Torchlight stockholders and the record as of the record date. So that's where we come in today, which is going to be May 7th, 2021. Torchlight files the definitive proxy statement for special meeting of stockholders for Metamaterial transaction. So Torchlight Energy Resources, again, an oil and gas exploration company, announced the filed definitive proxy statement. Now, in connection with this previously announced business combination transaction with Metamaterial, important dates relating to the stockholder meeting are as follow. So, this is what I've highlighted, and this is the breaking news. So, the record of date for the stockholders entitled to vote is going to be May 5th, 2021. So, the meeting date, again, is June 11th, 2021. Meeting will be virtual, and the preferred stock dividend date to be determined based on expectations of the close of the transaction, which is going to make sense. Now, the mailing process of the proxy material has begun and will act as a proxy solicitor in connection with the stockholder meeting. Only stockholders of record on May 5th, 2021 are entitled to notice of and to vote at the stockholder meeting or any adjournment. Stockholders may vote by mail, phone, or online upon receipt of the proxy materials. which is good information to know. So I would write a note on that. Now, procedures for voting will be provided with additional detail in the definitive proxy statement. Torchlight urges all stockholders to vote as soon as their proxy materials arrive to ensure proper counting of votes and a timely process. Now, the CEO says, we are very excited to move into the final stages of the transaction. And by the way, we all are, including the stockholders' vote in connection with the transaction, stated by John. Now, the management and key stockholders are voting in favor of the transaction, and we encourage all stockholders to do the same. So this is extremely exciting. This is what we've been waiting on for a really long time. There's been a lot of mental fatigue through all this up and down, trying to, again, keep you updated on the proposed business combination. We're waiting for the merger. We're waiting for the dividends. So I completely understand, especially for what's been going on in the market in March and in April, because in January and February, things were great. It was running really smooth. Then hedge funds decided to sell a bunch of their stocks and collect some profits, which is not a surprise with all the stress and pressure that they have, especially with the connection with politics, with the infrastructure plan from 21% to 28% with the 7% gap. So that's a big deal, and that's going to be affecting a lot of decisions, but especially with the retail investors. And so finally, after going through so many things, all this volatility, something that's really positive and really great. So now you know the record date is going to be May 5th, 2021. Alright, so I wanted to point out this link that I would highly recommend if you have any stocks or any stocks in the future that will have dividends. If you actually check out streetinsider.com, you'll actually be able to see some of the dividend history for any stocks. So for example, I put Honeywell International. So if you look, you'll see X dividend date, the amount, type, record date, pay date, declaration date as well, and it'll show you the details. So if you don't know what the record date is or what the importance is, the record date is set by the board of directors of a corporation and refers to the date by which investors must be on the company's books in order to receive a stock's dividend. Now, if you haven't heard of the ex-dividend date, it is dictated by a stock exchange rule and usually sets to be one of the business days before the record date. Now, if the stock sale has not been completed by the ex-dividend date, then the seller on record is one who receives the dividend for that stock. So I just wanted to show you, again, just a tool that you can use for the future. Alright, so upon looking at the stock, as you can see, it's a high of $4.83 within the 52 weeks. Now, we fast forward to where we're at today. So let's look at May the 3rd. So at just a few days before hearing about the definitive proxy statement and the metamaterial agreed to extend the date by which Torchlight must give notice of the special meeting. So there's been quite a few catalysts throughout these past couple of days, especially at the beginning of May and towards the end of April. So you'll be able to see that with the trend lines. So we've got a few situations from March the 12th. It had a stock price of $3.34. That was the high, but it closed on $2.88. So then we kind of fast forward with that support and the resistance, and then on the 19th we're looking at a close of $1.60. But then once we got towards these catalysts towards the end of April, which is going to be April the 26th, April the 30th, you can see the trend line continue to rise. Now, 4/29, we hear about the new catalyst. That's going to be the file with the definitive proxy statement. It's super exciting. And then once that kind of dials back, we go from 8 million with the volume, and then we fast forward to 5/3. We actually had more people, more support, but I believe overall there must have been more resistance because we went from 8 million to 9 million when it comes to the trades and the buys. But then now that we've figured out with the new catalyst, which is going to be the great news of the record of date, we're in the green. So that's, if you didn't know, that's what the news is, and that's what's going to be showing on the charts. That's why we're in the green. That's why we closed higher than what we opened up at, because we opened at $1.83. At one point we were at $1.68. And then we close on $2.14, which is great, so I can enjoy this weekend. Super excited. Now we have that record of date. Great information. That's the breaking news. So hopefully this was extra added value. I really do appreciate you listening to this video, and welcome to the Ticker family.